project's primary objective was to fortify the European Latin American TB Research Collaboration Network, providing expertise to TB professionals in Paraguay and Europe, and establish a clinical TB center in Latin America through secondments across consortium countries. This project showed us how powerful it is when countries work together to solve health problems.
We set goals in conducting diagnostic and also clinical drug trials. The project brought together early-stage and more experienced researchers to carry out projects from 2019 until today. This was possible with the efforts of 85 individuals and all country coordinators in Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, South Africa and Paraguay who took part in this consortium. We comply with 90% of all predefined deliverables, including all ethical deliverables. We have reached the milestone of ethical approval for the high-dose rifampicin trial in vulnerable populations. The ethical issues involved in our pre-node study received a special attention from the European Union because we plan to work within a highly vulnerable population. In addition, we performed 95% of the planned secondments according to our agreement, which means we did over 190 months of exchange. For the pre-node study, we designed a video to inform the participants, since people deprived of liberty frequently encounter problems understanding written text. We studied the user experience with this informed consent method and found out that the majority of the interviewed prisoners appreciated and understood the content of the video and preferred it over a written informed consent. The study recruited over 3,800 participants and found more than 229 participants with tuberculosis. The prediction algorithm of the Enos company is not performing good enough according to the requirements of the World Health Organization for a diagnostic device. Our independent analysis team is currently trying to improve the algorithm. Additionally, we evaluate the TB cascade of care in prisons and we discovered errors regarding the procedures associated with sample collection, transportation, handling processing, and output communication. Also, errors regarding the registration of the tuberculosis cases in the National Tuberculosis Database, and weaknesses in the provision of treatment while in prison and once the person is released.
So far it has been a really nice experience. We've been able to go down even to the kitchen of all the sites that they have here and learning about early phase 2 trials, data management, regulatory and even community advisory boards and so on. And I think that, for instance, things that we will need to apply in our consortium, like monitoring, documentation, and other issues, will be far easier after being here.
I would like to point out that I'm very, very convinced that the work of the consortium will have an impact on the tuberculosis situation in Paraguay, for two main reasons. One, it allows us to create a strong interdisciplinary local research network, and also because it's gathering novel data of tuberculosis in high-risk populations that have been historically neglected and introducing innovation into the country.
The systematic review regarding high-dose rifampicin showed us that there is no reason to believe that higher dose will lead to more toxicity. That provided evidence to the design of the Realta clinical trial, in which we recruit the most vulnerable tuberculosis patients and treat them with an optimized dose of rifampicin in order to assess tolerability and safety. The catastrophic healthcare cost questionnaire was designed by Valdeebran Hospital and was used in 40 tuberculosis patients from INERAM in Paraguay. We show that many experience high costs and loss of income during the tuberculosis diagnostics process and treatment. The results were presented in the Spanish Tuberculosis Symposium in 2022. At the International Union of Tuberculosis and Lung Disease Congress, we presented about pharmacokinetics with dry blood spots in Paraguayan tuberculosis patients. In this population, we were exploring the genetic polymorphism involved in rifampicin metabolism and hepatotoxicity.
What this project gave to us was also the opportunity to build a network. Like, I'm from the area of health and Lilian is from informatics, so we can exchange knowledge, work with other doctors here, with experts in AI, so searching solutions to end TB in the world. like starting from Paraguay. Yes, and it can be a showcase for South America and other countries if we succeed on this in finding a cheaper and more efficient way to screen massive populations.
This experience has built a strong base for future work, and the things we've learned and connections we've made will help in the fight against tuberculosis for a long time to come.
It's a starting point to realize what we achieved in the past 5 years, and also to continue working together and initiate future initiatives to end tuberculosis.